because you
Very
started
low.
out fast. So there's maybe a ton of quality in that first hour.
But first 30 minutes is good.
Lots of quality there.
Yeah.
But then not much in the last part. So then when we look at that, like by the time you get around to being able to do something of value again, how many days and opportunities did we miss? So let's say you go for 45 minutes instead, and the next day you feel fine and you go and do 45 minutes again. And then the next day, 45 minutes again. The next day, 45 minutes again. And by the time you get to that spot where you would have recovered from that 4-hour session, you've done 5 hours of work at a very high quality and you felt pretty good the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So then you start getting, I think, positive about like, oh yeah, my body does respond to this. I'm seeing progress. I'm seeing quality. It's not looking like kind of like failure to be able to do what you're trying to do. And then you build on that. And then eventually you do get to the point where the opportunity cost becomes, oh, I'm pretty fit now. So if I go out and just do like, a couple 1-hour runs or 45-minute runs, it's probably not going to move the needle. It's just going to maintain. So if we're there, now we can afford to skip a few of those to do a really long run, to practice the things we'll be doing on race day, fine tune the skills and the adaptations that are actually going to be like usable on race day. And we don't have to worry about as much what are we missing out on, because to some degree you've already accomplished that. So it's sometimes hard, I think, for people to kind of wrap their head around that process, but it's the way.
It was hard. What was astounding is how hard it was for me to wrap my head around that process. And I teach that to everybody. If I were to given you some hyper specific strength movement that we could have done day one,
Mm-hmm.
and you would have been on the couch for the next 4 days, but we really got it in. Like I really wowed you, and because of my own ego, I flexed my ability to understand your body and put you into these really challenging positions. You would have perceived so much value. You would have been limping for the next 4 days.